Alright, time for a reading. Because I'm annoyed. Alright, so I just got back from trivia, which was great. I got to see the baby, and I got to hold him, and I dealt with Spit Up without help, and I fed him, and it was awesome. He had one little hissy fit, but he just wanted a binky. It was fine. So I felt a lot more confident in my baby skills today. Hierophant and the Two of Swords. But the guy, I think he's still seeing that other person. But just say that. Seems like he's trying to decide if things are getting serious with that other person. Like they've been talking long enough, he's trying to figure out if they're dating. But like all those little games of like, are we seeing each other? Are we talking? Is it that? Is it this? It's all labels and bullshit and like a lack of vulnerability. And I'm just over here like, okay. The Spirit's still saying, strengthen the sun. The Spirit's still saying that I should be like giving this more chances, and like I'm supposed to like let this play out in whatever way it's gonna play out, and then like maybe down the line. But you know, I'm nobody's second choice. Six of Swords. I feel like moving on because he knows exactly what's going on here, you know what I mean? He intentionally, the pod and the blue card with the Hermit, he intentionally made the decision to not acknowledge and to pursue somebody else. That was a major decision that was made. Nine of Cups and the Serpent, dishonesty about wish fulfillment. And, you know, I don't really like... I'm not hoping that this blows up for him or anything, because honestly, when I drew cards for, you know, how he was feeling about that other dude, I got like things like the Elephant and the Earth Angel and Strength and the Ace of Cups. And, you know, and if that's like a really good thing for him, then by all means, you know, if that's what's going to make him happy, then that's great. I'm not sitting here with negative emotions or like hoping that it fails because I felt like I was being directed that way in the first place. But I also have to acknowledge the fact that when I considered it around October, my first thought was absolutely not. And I stayed in that line of thought. Five of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the entire time up until I got here, up until March or April. Five of Swords. Energy of change. After innocence and healing. But after March or April, that's when I started really considering it and thinking, like, what if? You know? Like, what if I did? You know, what if we did? And after the past life dreams, it kind of like shifted and I felt like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Six of Cups, nostalgia, past connections here with Strength in the Sun. But at the end of the day, this could just be another test. If I had a nickel every time I thought that I'd found the right person, I'd have a bunch of nickels, you know? And if he would be happier with somebody else, then by all means, Queen of Swords, pursue it. That's the Queen of Swords, the Sun, and the Six of Swords, moving forward with optimism and happiness and no ill feeling. Because, you know, nothing actually happened here. There was a brief maybe. Blue whales. And while I thought that was what I was being guided towards, it could have just been a stump on the road. We've got the Six of Swords, the blue whales, and the pod. That is ocean creatures and water imagery. Along with the blue card, that can mean travel, some kind of trip. Queen of Cups, another water energy here. There's something significant about the ocean. or an aquarium maybe, or moving overseas. Maybe we'll go back to that idea. Six of Pentacles. I also thought about maybe, I know somebody that's looking for a caretaker for a property up in Maine that I've been thinking about once I'm driving. And if that's something that they're still looking for by the time I've got my certifications and my driving complete, Divine Justice, Karmic Retribution, the Bamboo Grove, and the Eight of Swords, someplace out in the wilderness with a bunch of plants and animals, that sounds pretty relaxing, but that's not going to lead me overseas where I was trying to go. But just because we may not wind up with the person that it looked like we were going to, once again, that doesn't mean we're losing hope here. That doesn't mean we're losing our optimism. I am a little bit emotionally exhausted in general, but I'm absolutely not in a bad headspace about it. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm deciding to walk away here, Two of Swords, he's still going to have to be in my life as long as I'm here. And that's not a problem for me, you know? Honey Badger. With the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. No ill feeling. But if somebody's making choices, if they're choosing somebody else over you, then they're not for you. Hanged Man. 32665. With the Hierophant. There's something about the third eye here on the Hierophant. The Hierophant with the Hanged Man and the Queen of Swords, changing perspective, taking a pause in order to decide what's really right for you. Divine Masculine, the Beast, with the Six of Pentacles and the Blue Whale, and accepting that divine guidance doesn't have to go any particular direction because we do have choices. And sometimes choices are between a Twix and a Snickers, and not right and wrong. A mental prison about being more open with energy and being more nurturing and magnetic. Oh, Empress energy and the ripple. So by continuing to harbor our safe space here and stay in our Empress energy, staying in alignment and not getting caught up in our heads about this, we will find our wish fulfillment in the form of justice and a ripple of new love. An innocent love. Something about... Okay, so we've already seen several times over, Two of Cups, that it's not necessarily about the situations that we find ourselves in, it's about how we handle them. That's what really creates the ripples here. So by not getting angry, by not getting worked up, by not getting caught up in our emotions or discouraged or defensive, Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups, standing our ground, keeping our boundaries up, and making the decision to walk away when that's what we need to do. By doing those things, we find ourselves on the right path, healing, moving forward. King of Cups is on the bottom just now. And the common theme here is every time I've thought that it was truly a divine match, we wound up reading the King of Cups. But maybe what we actually need is the King of Swords. That is the Empress, the Ripple, and the Divine Counterparts card lined up. With the King of Swords in alignment, we've got our Queen of Swords right there. But at the end of the day, the Wheel of Fate will be what it will be. Every decision we make shifts the road, but it's a garden of forking paths, and the path we need to walk down might not be totally clear. That doesn't mean that we can't see right in front of us. And if our problem was that we were locking down on a particular person again, then we need to open our minds to other people. If you chose somebody else, maybe it's time we start dating too.